Okay, so this one, The Haunting of Blackwood Lodge. When you sent this over, I gotta say, just the title alone, it's got that classic ghost story vibe, you know? Secluded mountain lodge, group of friends, weekend getaway gone wrong.
Oh, yeah, it really plays on that fear, doesn't it? They're being
Right.
isolated, cut off, and there's something out there, something you don't know.
Exactly. And what gets me is it starts out so normal, like almost like tricks you at first. Five friends, right? Emily, Mark, Rachel, Jonah, and Claire. Just heading off to this like remote lodge. Sounds familiar, right?
Totally. That's what makes it so effective. It's like, oh, this could be me, right? What would I do? And then it just gets darker and darker.
Yeah. But even early on, there were these little hints,
Yeah.
like red flags. At the lodge itself, it's described as like imposing, almost sinister, right? And then you've got Mark, inherited the place from an uncle he barely knew. And then there's this feeling he's like holding back. Like he knows something about the lodge's history, but he's not telling.
Ooh, that's classic horror, right? They give you just enough. Makes you wonder, what's he hiding? Makes you want to know more, even though, it might be terrifying.
For sure. And then bam, like clockwork, this huge storm rolls in, cuts them off completely. Yeah, trapped in a creepy old lodge. It's a little cliche, but it works here. Like the storm itself is another character, this force of nature, like messing with their minds.
More than that, though, right? Storms, they're like turmoil. Loss of control. That's what happens to them. Stuck in the lodge, weird vibes, and now this storm outside, it breaks them down. They can't think straight anymore.
And then the creepy stuff starts happening. Doors opening and closing by themselves, whispers in the dark, shadows moving just out of sight. It's subtle at first, makes them wonder, am I going crazy? Or is this real?
That's so good. The author messes with you too. You don't know, are they imagining it? Or is something else there? It's
Yeah.
unsettling.
Totally.
Hmm.
And then they find it. The diary changes everything. Claire finds it. It's this old, like, leather journal hidden in the library. Belonged to the Blackwood family, the original owners.
Now it gets real,
Yeah.
not just spooky vibes anymore. The diary, it tells a dark story. Tragic fire destroyed the lodge years ago. And the Blackwoods, they say they had to set it.
Super creepy, right? Especially since Mark knew about the fire, but he said it was an accident. But the diary, it suggests something else. Guilt. Cover up. Maybe even something worse.
Exactly. Now you don't trust Mark, do you? What else is he hiding? And you start to think, maybe the lodge itself is the problem.
And then, just when you think it can't get weirder, Rachel finds claw marks on the walls of her room. Deep, like vicious scratches, like something was trying to get in, something not human.
Whoa, that changes things. Up until now, it's all been, maybe it's in their heads. But those claw marks, that's real. Something's there with them, and it's not friendly.
You got that right. And as if that wasn't enough, Claire drops a bomb. Her family, they have a connection to the lodge. Her grandfather, he was the groundskeeper. And there were rumors, He had a grudge against the Blackwoods, wanted revenge.
Oh, man, now it gets complicated. So are they dealing with angry spirits?
Mm.
Getting revenge? Or is it something else, something even darker?
It makes you wonder, doesn't it? What are they really up against?
And it's funny, the storm, the one that trapped them there, it just vanishes, like as fast as it came in. It's quiet now, snowing, peaceful, like nothing happened.
Yeah, like nature's trying to, I don't know, cover it all up, like
Yeah.
a clean slate or something. But what happened inside? No, that's not going away.
Right, the scars, the fear, they'll carry that with them. And speaking of, Emily and Claire, they make it out. They're the only ones.
Oh man, they're messed up. You can tell. They promise never to talk about it again. Lodge, any of it, which makes sense, right?
Yeah.
Just trying to forget it ever happened.
Classic horror trope, isn't it? Trying to outrun the past. Yeah. But, it always catches up eventually. They might want to forget, but the story doesn't end there.
Nope. That last image, the lodge just standing there in the snow, it's powerful. Like it's still there waiting.
Makes you think, doesn't it? What about the others? Jonah, just gone, vanished. The story, it hints that, well, the spirits took him. Are they trapped there? Forever.
Oh man, that's a scary thought. Just gone. It's like, what happens to us,
Right.
when we die? Are there places like that where they can't leave?
It doesn't tell us, does it?
Mm-hmm.
That's part of what makes it so creepy. It makes you think about, like, the places you've been, the history, maybe. Some places are just bad, full of something we don't understand.
That's what's so great about it, though, right? It's not just like jump scares and ghosts. It's about, well, what haunts us, literally, and like, metaphorically. The secrets we have, guilt, the stuff we can't escape.
And choices, right? What if they knew? About the lodge, I mean. Would they have gone? Could they have avoided it all?
That's the question, isn't it? It's like a warning. Some things, some places, you're better off just leaving them alone. It's creepy, for sure. But it's more than that, right? It's like the Haunting of Blackwood Lodge. It's not just about, like, ghosts. It's about history. Like, what we do, it matters.
Right.
And the past, yeah, you can't just run away from it.
It's the lodge itself. You know, it's like, it's a character. This building holding all the secrets, all the bad stuff, all the weight of what happened there.
Yeah, and it's still standing, right, after everything. Like a reminder, you can't just tear it down and forget it. The past, it's always there, under the surface.
Makes you wonder, huh? What if places can, like, hold on to that stuff? The
Yeah.
bad energy. What about us? Do we carry it too?
Whoa, yeah, that's deep, man. And that's what makes this story so, I don't know, it gets under your skin. It's not just being scared of ghosts. It's like, what are we capable of? How much darkness is there inside us, you know?
And it doesn't give you answers, does it? That's what I like about it. Makes you think, did Emily and Claire, did they really get away? Or will they always, you know, be looking over their shoulder?
And the others, right, Jonah? Were they like victims of the lodge, or did they do it to themselves with their fear, their suspicions?
That's the thing. It just ends, leaves you with all these questions.
Huh.
It's powerful. It makes you think about guilt, about what we owe to each other and the past. Man, it never really lets go, does it?
Okay, last question. You're in their shoes, Emily and Claire. What would you do different? Knowing what you know now, would you even go to Blackwood Lodge?
Would you? That's the thing to think about. Would you be brave enough to face it, or would you run? And if you ran, would it even matter? Could you ever really escape?
I think that's the point, right? The Haunting of Blackwood Lodge, it's a warning. Some secrets, some places, they're better off left alone. But maybe, just maybe, they can't be contained. It leaves you with that feeling like something's not right. And, you know, maybe that's how it should be.